remember what Jared Goff looked like under Jeff Fisher, and then what he looked like under Sean McVay? You know what I mean? Like, it's night and day what some of these quarterbacks can look like. So Fields has really been never given just a fair deal. You know, Nagy just was a disaster as head coach. Then you bring in a defensive head coach with Eberflus, and Luke Getsy is the OC, and it just doesn't work out. So if Atlanta is the destination for Justin Fields, I'm with you. Like, that would be awesome just to see all those athletes on the field at the same time. Do you think Atlanta would instantly become the favorite in the NFC South? You think that would be the team to beat? Or, like, let's say Mike Evans comes back to Tampa. What are the odds looking like in the NFC South? We know Panthers are in last. Saints, Bucks, and Falcons. Like, price what the NFC South would look like in your mind.
I think after 2 straight seasons of being the favorites, the Saints are probably the third right there.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's probably between, maybe Atlanta, maybe Tampa if Baker comes back, Mike Evans comes back, if everybody's back. But I mean, it's close. Atlanta at most probably plus 150, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe plus 125 though with Justin Fields. Tatum right now at 25-1. Why doesn't Jayson Tatum get more MVP love? Again, like, is it because Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, my main man Derek White, who should be in the MVP conversation? Kidding, of course. Drew Holiday. Is it because that team's so stacked? Because I asked this question. Now, Jokic is awesome, right? I pulled up his numbers, though. 26 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, 8.9 assists per game. I mean, that's awesome. But the Nuggets this season are 36-19. The Celtics this year are 43-12. They're the best team in the league by 4 games. They're the best team in the East. They're only getting better. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And I know Tatum has a bunch of help, but imagine what his numbers would be if he didn't have that help. If he didn't have Jaylen Brown, and if he didn't have Porzingis and all those other guys. Because this year, I mean, he plays every night. He averages 27 points per game on 47% field goal percentage, or shoots 47% from the floor. Almost 9 rebounds and almost 5 assists a game. And he's still sitting there at 25-1 on the best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jordan was always the MVP, except for the year that they gave it to Karl Malone because of voter fatigue, which I always hate. But Jordan had Pippen. He had Rodman. He had the greatest 6'11 Croatian of all time in Tony Kukoc. So he had a ton of help, dude. And that's why the Bulls, 95-96 won 72 games. And he was the MVP that year. So why doesn't Tatum get more love? 25-1, yet almost 28 points per game, double-digit rebounds, and almost 5 assists. I mean, and they run their offense through him. If I was going to make a bet, I would bet Tatum, and if I had a vote, I'd probably vote Tatum. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'll start with fixing the All-Star game. I think we need to abolish the All-Star game. I think that's how we fix it. But in all seriousness, I think we should add some more mini games. Maybe add some a game of horse. Did you guys see those 2 scoop shots that Luka did from half court that almost hit the jumbotron? Like, that's, I think, what could really open some eyes, because that game just does nothing for anybody at this point. I stopped watching the game after a couple possessions when I realized, okay, this isn't going to be any defense played whatsoever. Maybe you could reward them with more millions of dollars, but I don't know if that's really going to make a difference either. So I would probably just abolish the game entirely.
All right, Rob, we got the latest BetMGM insights. So I want to hit you on the most bet overs. Tell me what you agree with and tell me what you disagree with, right? All right, so the Reds, 82.5 wins. The Royals, 73.5 wins. And the Pirates, 74.5 wins. So the NL Central, apparently at BetMGM, all the most bet overs. In the NL Central, the NL Central and the AL Central, because you have the Royals in there. So you got the Reds and the Pirates, and then you have the Royals. Do you agree with all those overs, or what team are you not buying?
I don't. I'm not buying Kansas City. I'm not buying the Royals. I'm sorry. Where is this Royals love coming from? Can someone explain it to me? I've got guys every day on social media. Rob, look out for the Royals. Look out for Kansas City. Why? Like, what is making you say that? The Pirates I find interesting. The Pirates made some interesting moves. They brought in a couple of guys that you're going to Pittsburgh. That's where you want to play your next level of ball. So I think the Pirates are probably good to get there. I don't get the Royals love. I think it's going to be a good team. I think they've got some young talent, but to tell me that they're going to be threatening 75 games, what they end last year, 51 and a half, you're telling me we're looking at 16 or 17 games of difference? I don't see it, man. I don't know where the Royals love is coming from. I'm hitting the under there. If we're staying to the Central Divisions, like, I've seen a lot of people pimping Detroit. I really don't hate it. Like, Detroit last year had a decent little run at the beginning of the season that you could see a little talent. Miggy's gone, so obviously they got a big veteran hole that they've got to kind of fill up there. But I think they're going to be they looked last year like a ball club that at least was pointed in the right direction, even if they do have to replace some parts. But yeah, man, I'm just fascinated by this love for the Royals coming out of nowhere. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I missed, because everybody's on board except me and Cody at this point.
Yeah, there is a lot of love for the Royals, no doubt about that, Rob. There's also some love out there for some of these AL East teams. The Orioles, their win total's gone from 87.5 to 90.5. Tampa has gone from 83.5 to 85.5 at BetMGM. If you had to take one of those win totals with the O's or the Rays to go over, you like Baltimore at 90.5 or Tampa at 85.5?
Honestly, I like both. If you're making me take one, I think I'm gonna go Baltimore. I know we got to figure out. We've got to figure out how long the injury is to pitcher numero uno. Kyle's gonna be down with that surgery, so I don't know if he's gonna get to come back, how many games he's gonna come back for, but you've made some other moves on the mound. I think Baltimore might have the best true young core in baseball this year. The pitchers they are bringing in get help, because Camden Yards is a hard place to hit a home run, man. It's right field or you're not going fence. So I think because they are going to be a great small ball team, they're going to be able to one-run teams to death. I like the Red Sox. I like they've made the addition of Vaughn Grissom. I don't know that they've done enough to where I would say they're ready to be a contender yet. Also, really in for this Netflix documentary, mainly because I can't wait to see what a locker room of a bad team looks like when it's supposed to be good. That's going to be a blast. I'm not in on the Red Sox. I am all in on the Yankees for the over. Tampa Bay, a team that, they have 3 seasons of 100 wins. Last year, they only got to 90. Like, do we think Tampa had that big of a drop-off? I don't. I think getting up over 87 is a possibility. I think the Red Sox are your under, and I think Toronto's your under. Like, I love Bo Bichette. I love that they are making the moves, but Toronto's just Toronto every year. You know how some teams kind of earn that reputation? Ryan, Clemsoning was a verb in college football for a very long time, and I kind of feel like that's the Toronto Blue Jays right now. They're going to give you 2 months where they look like the shiny new toy that's going to put up 1,000 runs by the end of the year. And by the All-Star break, they've just kind of faded off into obscurity. Until they don't do that, I'm going to assume they're going to do that. So I'll go over for the Yankees. I will go over for the O's. I will go over for the Rays. I'm going to go under for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays.